Action. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, one God, Amen. Welcome back, my sisters and brothers, to the Christian Marriage series. Episode 3 is titled The Pillars. After we have laid the foundation, now it's time to put up the pillars that holds the relationship. I'll describe 4 of the most important interpersonal relationship between wives and husbands in the form of 2 pillars, 4 pillars. The first 2 are extremely important. They are the love and respect, and the other 2 are trust and complementary understanding. So I would recommend to use a very good book about love and respect by Dr. Emerson Eggerichs, and we will show the cover page right now on the screen so that you can all obtain it. I highly recommend it. The idea of love and respect is taken from the biblical verse in Ephesians 5:33 that is actually read on us in the wedding, in the Coptic ceremony for marriage. And the idea is very interesting. It talks about 2 different kind of languages of love, if you will, for men and women, where the Bible sheds the light that women tend to appreciate the touch of romantic love and care and compassion and affection, where men would appreciate the language of love expressed in the form of respect, dignity, honor, that kind of taste of love. So basically there are 2 different flavors of love, if you will, but one is a little bit more feminine and one a little bit more masculine, but obviously as human beings we can differ from one another, and there are people who would have a little bit difference in that matter, and we can easily say that both men and women need love and respect. The book highlights, though, the beauty of the wife receiving love and giving respect to the husband, while the husband is also receiving respect and giving love to the wife. The book goes on to describe 3 different cycles that I want to share with you again on the screen. The first cycle is called the crazy cycle, and that goes like this. The statement goes like, without love, she reacts without respect. So the cycle starts anywhere there with this circle. Either you start from without love, she reacts without respect, or you can start from without respect, he reacts without love. So basically, if you imagine like you have 2, imagine yourselves as 2 flowers. Like, let's say that the feminine flower is like reddish and the masculine flower like whitish, and you guys are like satisfying each other by pouring the kind of water that is necessary for this flower to open up and give its beauty, its color, and its beautiful odor and beautiful image. So the water that the red flower needs is love, compassion, affection. When you, as a husband, satisfy her with all of this water, what happens to the flower? It opens up in your face, gives you beautiful image, beautiful odor, and beautiful experience. The other way around also works, that when you, as a wife, satisfy him by putting the water of respect, dignity, honor, admiration, you're throwing that fluid or water that opens up his flower and gives you back a beautiful image and odor as well. So without feeding each other with this necessary water, the flower is not able to give what you need. So without respect, he reacts without love, and without love, she reacts without respect. But that's the negative way to look at it. And that negative way circles downwards. If you imagine this old game that we used to call yo-yo, if you spread that thing like this and you go in the spiral like that, it goes downwards. So that cycle doesn't stay up. Without love, she reacts without respect, and without respect, he reacts without love, and it keeps going downwards until it brings you both very, very down. That's why it's called the crazy cycle. Then the book goes on to describe the positive aspect of this dynamic, where it says that with love, love energizes respect, and respect energizes love. So if the husband gives love to the wife, that energizes the wife to give respect. And the same applies the other way. When the wife provides respect, that energizes the husband to give love. So that's the opposite, where if you follow that dynamic upwards, if you are listening to this, you are at a low point and you want to get better, understand when you as a wife provide respect, he will be providing love, and you keep going upwards, 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 upwards until your relationship builds up. And that is proven also by when we see people in counseling and follow them socially and psychologically, that is very, very much proven to be the case. The last image of that, or diagram of that book, it talks about the idea of who starts, because we can say, okay, well, I'm not going to start until she does, or he would say, or she would say the same, you know. But the idea here, it's called the rewarding cycle. It uses the word regardless. So he loves without regardless, or his love is regardless, is given regardless of her respect, and her respect is given regardless of his love. The idea of unconditionality, of giving, again brings us back to how God loved us unconditionally, and he brought us up to him as a bride. If you read Ezekiel chapter 16, we'll have a demonstrated story about that, where God was passing by and he found a man was passing by and he found a woman who is very much not clean, and he took her and cleansed her, and then became like a bride, a happy bride at the end. So we will stop here with those two pillars for now, and may God use them to enrich your relationship. And next time, God willing, we will be talking about the last two pillars, trust and complementary understanding. Glory be to God forever.
Perfect.